Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. Happy Tuesday morning to all of you guys. Hope you had a good Memorial Day weekend, and we've got some catching up to do. Multiple stories, multiple Michelle stories, maybe we got a lot. We got Madison Pruitt. Who knows? We might even get into Becca and Thomas. Well, of course, we'll talk Becca and Thomas. That's next. I had about 1 million messages on our Facebook community. Dave, why aren't you talking about this? I don't know, because I was traveling home from Chicago, and can you tell my voice is gone? So we'll get into all of it. Do me a favor. Follow me on Instagram, @DNeals. I have some surprises over there. Patreon.com/Dave Neal for all the behind-the-scenes content, and there's a lot of new stuff to talk about. We're going to be going live today, 10 a.m. Pacific time for the Patreon community. And then we'll also be going live later today on the season finale of Johnny Depp vs. Amber Heard. That's right. If you haven't been following along the 6+ week long trial for defamation, the verdict is expected to be reached today. When that happens, we'll be going live on the Dave Neal Show. All right, let's get caught up here. Michelle's not wearing her engagement ring. Then Nate makes a comment about it, saying, back off. And then Michelle's like, I can't believe I have to do this. And then she makes a video saying, why are you filming me, you creep? And it goes back and forth. And it asks a lot of questions about morality and should we be, hyper focused on these types of things. All right, we'll get right into it. Let's watch this first 4-second long video that we saw over the weekend right here. All right, there's Michelle, and that's her left hand. And that's no ring. Oh, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a breaking news report. Michelle wasn't wearing her ring. Now, okay, we'll get to her response. First, let's go to Nate's response, because Nate did respond first. Here's Nate driving shirtless. Hey, if I had that body fat percentage, I probably would be driving shirtless too, but I don't, so it's turtlenecks for me. All right, here.
Where is Michelle? Like her actual whereabouts. Where is she? Why are you not with her? No, but where is Michelle? Physical location, where is she? Where's Michelle, Nate? Where's Michelle?
All right, so people think they're original, and we're all not. We're all genetically so similar that we say the same things, we do the same things. I see this as a stand-up comedian. When you tell a joke, people in the audience, sometimes you get a heckle. It's always the same thing. Every once in a while, you get an oddball. But for the most part, in the bell curve, we're pretty all much the same people. So when Nate has a following that he does, probably several 100,000, 500,000, whatever it is. I don't know. You get messages nonstop from people. You know why I know this? Because I get it. Because I get it from you guys. And I love you guys, but I get the same message over and over. Where's Tasha? It's like people just want to be a part of your life. So there's a positive to that. Now, it's kind of like water torture where they just drip the beep, beep, beep on your forehead. And after 2 hours, you're like, oh my gosh, I'll tell you all the secrets. What do you need to know? We have nukes, whatever. But that's kind of how it can be. Microaggressions when you're an influencer and people want to know about your relationship and all of that jazz. So Michelle responds. She didn't have to. She did. Here it is.
Address these types of things, but because I received so many messages about it.
By the way, I love Michelle, but her voice is too soft for social media. Come on, Michelle, project. I'm boosting audio here. I can hear a fan in the background. All right, keep going.
There is a video circulating of me on a rooftop this weekend and not wearing my engagement ring. And what I will have to say is, to the person who was paying close enough attention.
You have detention
to catch that moment.
Go to the principal's office.
Also had to be paying close enough attention to see one of my good friends briefly remove my engagement ring to try it on and then place it back on my finger. Just a friendly reminder that Nate and I, we are human beings, not a zoo exhibit. Not to mention videoing somebody without them knowing is creepy. It's not cool.
Yeah, how creepy. Can you imagine just the zoo exhibit? Well, this is our Bachelorette 2021. She's from Minnesota, and so yeah, look, it's creepy. Now listen, it ain't illegal necessarily to film other people. Although they were in a private establishment, so I'm not sure of the exact laws. A lot of times you can even film this is going to sound creepy, but you can even film into somebody's house No, that's not true. You can film anyway, the point is, I know this because of my sketch comedy show, Hollywood Posers, where we would do sketch comedy with strangers out in public, and you do have the right to film people in public. Obviously, you're not at playgrounds and weird, creepy things like that. But she's not wrong. She's not wrong that there's a lot of things that are legal that are creepy, right? Like bubblegum shrimp. Who's going there? Come on, it's frozen lobsters. What are you doing? You know what I mean? They're caged. So yeah, look, there's some ethical questions that she brings up. By the way, I love how polite she can scold people. Even I didn't take the video and I was like, I'm sorry, Michelle. I kind of felt bad, you know. But by the way, if I was Michelle and Nate, I would definitely name the bedroom the principal's office. So you could like grab him by his collar. Hey, baby, you're going to the principal's office. And he's like, ooh, the principal's office. You know, I don't know. Just me? Okay, we got creepy. All right, so that's where they're at. And we have another Michelle story coming up after this where she's actually going to be taking a step back from teaching, which we did predict. And obviously maybe due to real tragic circumstances that is expedited. We don't know. We'll have to see. We'll get into that story in a little bit. But yeah, this is the life. This is the life. You know, you built a following. And again, I'm not saying it's right, but you built a following off of finding your love story online. And now you have an audience that projects a lot of our own, and sometimes dullness. You know, sometimes our lives aren't that interesting. So it's like, all right, my life's not that interesting. I'll follow their life. I'll let that spill out because there's no new episodes till July 11th, 2022. So I'll let that. I'll look at the relationships I'm invested in because we get invested in people, right? So I get it. I understand. Now, how is their relationship? I'm sure it's just like any others. I'm sure it has its ups, its downs. He still has to go to work. She still has to do her thing. They got deliverables. Look, not every relationship survives it. You know what I mean? But there they are, commenting on each other's post, looking perfectly fine. Now, there's a control aspect to this, which we talk about, a control aspect, just like we had with Zach and Tasha, where, and again, am I guilty of making videos speculating on people's relationships? Absolutely. Do I go into their DMs? No. I think there's a healthy difference where fans can discuss, are they together, are they not together, without taking videos. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be on the wrong side of it. But either way, I think personally, it comes down to control, and an audience will keep looking for clues until they get a response. Then they get a response, and then it cuts that tension. And when's the next time? And eventually, Michelle will probably learn, that she's going to have to stop feeding that. And like, look, yeah, you caught me with my ring off. You know what I mean? It's such a weird story. Anyway, in other news, as you guys know, I was in Chicago this past weekend. I had some fantastic shows. Unbelievable how supportive you guys are. I mean, to Lindsay out there who, and this is a true story, we're out after a show. She's talking to me and my fiance, Tasha. She's been a longtime supporter of the Patreon. And she with that, she says something along the lines of, we believe in you and we're so happy for your growth. And she starts crying and we give her a big hug. And I can't believe that there are people out there that are that invested in the journey I'm on, and I know this isn't everyone. Some people are just here for the news, and I get that. But to the people that come to the stand-up shows, for the people that send me notes of words of encouragement and all of the little things that you guys do, it is not just noticed, it shakes my core. It truly does, guys. So I shared on the Facebook group some of the photos from you guys and everybody. I don't know if I can get to everyone, but I had a show at Zany's. Denise came with her niece, and they were so great, unbelievable, so sweet. They came to my show in Chicago. Let's see who else we have here. A couple more. We have Lorena came. Lorena's from Brazil. She lives in Chicago with her boyfriend. Got to know them. Bought me a shot of Jameson. Still paying for that. Still hungover 17 days later. And then this was amazing. Ashley didn't even know that Tasha and I were in town. She was visiting from Puerto Rico to see a Coldplay concert. Came with her boyfriend and their crew, and then they came out to the stand-up show. Unbelievable. Just so appreciative. I'm sure there's more. Oh, there's Janice. Okay. Amazing. Just some more local Chicagoans came out. Is that right? Chicagoans? And then, and Mary came out to the first show on Friday night with her daughter. And I missed a few others. I didn't get all of them. There was a few people that came out. The dentist, oh boy, Colleen. Whitney. We had so many different people that came out. Aaron. So thank you guys all so much from the bottom of my heart for making it a fun trip. Now, it wasn't just a stand-up trip. We were there for two other reasons. One, Tasha did a wedding dress try-on. Tasha went to design school in college, and one of her good friends became a very great wedding dress designer and had Tasha try on all of these different amazing dresses, and she's going to choose a combination of a few different things. She's actually getting a custom designed gown. But if you guys could do me the solid, and again, the quality is not good right here, but if you could do me the solid and go to Tasha's Instagram and vote on which ones you liked, that would be fantastic, and get invested, because coming this fall, we are going to have an amazing wedding. We're splurging on a nice extra like videographer team for the wedding so that we can let you guys see the magic as it plays out. Of course, I had a great time. And again, I know people say, Dave, you're not allowed to see the wedding dress. It's not this one. It's going to be custom made. So technically, I'm not seeing it. Now, the other reason we were in Chicago was I was invited to speak at Depaul University. There's a class that discusses the Bachelor franchise with a sort of social and moral and ethical conversation around it, which is exactly what we do over here. And rather than Zoom in, I said, I got some business to do in Chicago. I'm coming there, baby. And I was their first live guest, and they were like, Dave, you can talk for 30 minutes. And I talked for 87 minutes. So if you want to see the 87-minute long video, I got it right here. I mic'd myself up. I tried to boost the audio from the questions that were being asked. They were a fantastic room of young women that just their fingers were on the pulse of so many great topics with that, in life. We talked a lot about Roe v. Wade. We talked a lot about purity culture. We talked about Madison and Tasha and Katie Thurston and Blake Horstman. We talked about a lot of things. If you could ever summarize everything I talk about on this channel, you'll catch it here in 90 minutes. And here's just a quick clip. It's an unlisted video. I'm giving it to the Patreon because they've donated. So if you're on the Patreon or want to join the Patreon, you can go watch it. Patreon's as little as $5 a month. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. I'll give you guys a clip right here.
How the audience drinks the Kool-Aid that's given to us. That's what it comes down to. We're drinking collectively the toxic Kool-Aid that the show's creating. They're saying, here you go. Have one of these edibles, see how your night goes. They're like, all right. It can be used. Like I said, sunlight's the greatest disinfectant, right? So we talk about these issues. We talk about why, and it spills over. We talk about Caitlin Bristow. How about Lindsay Lohan? How about people that Paris Hilton?
So we get into all of the different aspects of celebrity culture where the wrecking ball has hit the target, and we look back and we realize that maybe we treated people too harshly. We need to remember that in the moment. It's easy to see it in hindsight when you look back at a Lindsay Lohan, and I used her as an example because we have a decade later and we're starting to see a redemption of somebody. We go, well, we were a little too harsh on you. Same thing with Caitlin Bristow. A couple years later, oh boy, yeah, you really took one for the team, didn't you? So we look at all those issues and we talk about them, and it was really nice to have that conversation with people live in the flesh at Depaul University. Thank you so much to Kate for inviting me, and to your professor and everyone else there. It was a ton of fun. So anyway, we have a lot to get caught up on. It's going to be a very busy day and week for us here, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye, everybody.